Hello and welcome to Armenia, Colombia. Today's topic is going to be on food shopping while living abroad, food shopping while living out of an Airbnb. Let me show you what I do. Action is I get bottled water. You can get water filtration. I do recommend them. Dozen of eggs. Don't be afraid of the cholesterol that's in eggs. You'll be fine. If you are afraid, you can bang out the whites. You can throw the yolks out. I don't do that. I eat the yolks. Eggs, protein source. Paper towels, gotta keep the house organized. Razors, gotta keep it clean. Bananas, for your batidos, protein shakes. Avocado, healthy fats. Men, you have to have healthy fats. I don't care if you like it or not. Force it down. Suck it up. Be a man. Healthy source of carbohydrates. Potatoes, they'll be boiled. Guayabana. This is the pulp of the guayabana fruit for your smoothie. So you put it in here, you freeze it. Peppers. After we prep our chicken, when we recook it, because we're going to be eating it, every 3 hours, you just slice half of this and you put it right on there when you're reheating it. It's beautiful. White rice, healthy carb source. Chicken, filete de pollo, no skin, no bone. That's what we're going to be cooking up today. Today it's pears. Today it's pears for adding in with some of the batidos. When they're gone, I'll get something different. Mix it up. Every kind of fruit. Mix it up. I get a little of this teriyaki sauce to add on when I'm reheating it. This gives it a little bit of flavor, gets you a little bit of sodium into your system, because if you're training hard, you're sweating hard. I watch this fresh, get cut, get clipped, and sent to me. It's all clean. It's all cleaned up nice. This is three breasts, and their breasts are huge. I only put enough in to cover the pan. I don't start overlapping. It's not going to cook right. Might take 2 sessions for 3 breasts. That's what it looks like here. Let that cook. As you notice, we don't have a microwave in this location. The first time this started happening to me in Colombia, I would ask them if I could pay extra and you could bring one in. But I figured out a way to get around it. After I food prep and I want to eat, instead of putting it in the microwave for 2 minutes, I just take a frying pan and I cook it right on that, and it works out really well. I haven't had a problem with it. It actually tastes better. Now whenever I go back to the United States, that's why I do it. I don't even use microwaves anymore. 1, they're considered unhealthy. 2, it tastes better. It tastes like real food. Sometimes when you put things in a microwave, it gets a little rubbery, and one part's hot, one part's cold. This way, everything has a little bit of crisp to it, a little charring, and then you can get it. If it gets sticky on your pan, you can spray a little Pam on there, and you can say, "Oh, Pam's not good for you." I understand. Listen, if you don't want to use Pam, you can put a little water on there just to get a little steam out of it. It's always going to be better than the microwave. The microwave makes things taste really bad. And if you're going to be eating healthy food, you might as well have it as good as you possibly can. It's never going to taste like a slice of pepperoni pizza. Let's get over that. But it will be good. You can make it good enough. One other thing you're going to need to get your head wrapped around is when you're in a micro setting and you're in a really small place, you got two suitcases, you got your computer working out right on your kitchen table, the same kitchen table that you got to cut up all your food. Things can get a little tight. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to deal with it. Right now, You know, I have to dry pots and pans the same place where I do my workstation. There's just not a lot of space here. It's a micro setting. You know, you got to maneuver. You got to bob and weave. That's just the way it goes. But in the long run, I feel that it's worth it because I'm very happy here. If you want to live abroad, that digital nomad lifestyle, you gotta learn these tricks. Otherwise, you'll be eating out, 5-6 times a day. You'll be blowing all your money on food. You can bring the food home and you can be into a meal for $2. $2 you can be into a meal. And vegans, you can be into a meal for 50 cents. You go buy a big giant bag of rice, a big giant bag of lentils, some tomatoes, some fruit, some vegetables, bing, bing, bing. If you can eat eggs, you eat a dozen eggs, every other day. Eat six whole eggs a day to get in your healthy fats and whatnot, and your proteins. You'll be fine. I don't. I eat 250 to 200, 230 to 260 grams of protein a day because I do a lot of sporting movements. I do a lot of mixed martial arts, different styles. So I'm burning a lot of calories. That's why I have to eat, or I'll wither away to a pencil. And this is what it actually, it starts to look like this. This is while it's cooking. Listen, if you're going to live out here in Latin America and you want to enjoy your life, you're over 40, you're over 50, I'm 52, you want to live healthy. You want to be able to live healthy. You don't want to just, walk around, on your heels. You want to have some zest here. And eating healthy is the first way. Getting a good night's sleep. Stay off the booze. Stay off the drugs. Exercise as much as you can. Do those yoga poses. If you don't want to call them yoga poses, call them stretches. And then while you're in the stretches, you just breathe. It'll do the same thing. You don't have to call it yoga. You can call it, whatever you want. But you gotta get those poses in. You gotta get your core work in. You gotta work your glutes. Work your feet. Make sure you're not walking with your heels collapsed. With your arches collapsed. No good. Again, I got this puppy all flipped over. The reason I'm not seasoning this ahead of time is because I actually make a protein shake with chicken. I know people are going to throw up, but protein powder here is very expensive in comparison to the United States. So, and I still love smoothies, and I also need my protein, and I'm trying to get 40 to 50 grams in with every meal. And what I do is I add the protein in just as though I'm doing a protein shake or a batido, and then I add in four packets of stevia, and that kind of blends in and masks the taste of the chicken. And then another trick is to use more banana than other fruits, not a lot of acidy fruits, because that can kind of bring out the flavor of it. What I've noticed that the more sweet the fruit is, like guayabana, banana, that masks the flavor as much. What I'm trying to do is get as much food down as I possibly can, healthy food, to recover my body so that the following day I can have a more intense workout, a better workout, push more, push longer, push harder, more flexibility, more endurance, punching harder, kicking harder, kneeing harder. That's why I eat. That's why I eat. I'm not eating for pleasure. I'm eating for performance. If you want to eat for pleasure and have that cheat meal, rock out, but just make sure you manage your calories. You can't just sit down and eat 1,000 calories and then go, continue the rest of your day and not, you'll be 1,000 over, and you're gonna wait. That's gonna be stored. You know that. You own a calculator. I had to wait to actually do this video because my kitchen's usually a mess because I'm constantly cooking every 3 hours, and then I take it right in front of my desk. I eat and work, and then I throw the dish in the sink. It's almost like a constant mess, but I'm constantly cleaning as well. So I'm just never up in front of the game. But I get a lot done. I work hard. I get my 8 to 10 hours of work in. I sleep. I'm only getting about 6.5 hours of sleep right now. I'll be honest. Here's why. Where I live, there is a Body Touch right next to me. Like I don't need to leave this building to work out. And they start their their aerobics program really early in the morning. And then if I don't get to bed until 11 or 12 o'clock at night, it's impossible to sleep past women screaming aerobics affirmations. It's really tough. You get the whoa, hey, whoa. I'm like, all right, let's get this going. Make sure you cook your chicken all the way through. Our mothers always told us that. Don't play around. This isn't red meat. Red meat, maybe you have it medium. You know, now that I had that experience with myself, with the problem with the time out in Barranquilla, I eat my meat 3/4. It's called tres cuadras. When they're like, you know, término medio, that's halfway. Tres cuadras is 3/4 of the way. Cocinada bien, it's all the way through. But I can't eat it like that. It tastes, it's as hot as a sneaker. It really changes the actual, even the physical shape of the steak. Here it is cooking up a little more. Get these puppies rocking, cook them all the way through. As soon as they're cooked all the way through, you throw it into a plate, start letting that cool. While that's cooling, you throw the next fillets in. From there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it all into a giant Ziploc. Let it cool first. Let it cool first, and then you put it into the refrigerator. And then when you pull it out, whatever your macros demand you to have. For me, I eat 6.5 grams, I have 6.5 ounces of chicken with every meal, or 6.5 ounces of animal protein with every meal. Or, if I'm eating eggs, I'll have 6 whole eggs. And people say, hit 6 whole eggs, that's not 50 grams. It's okay. For some reason, eggs really do it well for me. I don't need to have 50 grams. I eat, 6 whole eggs, I'm good. Try it. Eat 6.5 ounces of chicken, one meal, and then have 6 whole eggs, and see how your stomach feels. And tell me you don't feel like your stomach's going to digest something. It's no joke. Eggs are no joke. There's some bodybuilder from New York who lives in Florida. He puts his pre-contest guys on 36 whole eggs a day. And by the way, it doesn't even raise their bad cholesterol. That's all they eat for protein. That's all they eat for protein. That's all they eat for fats. They don't eat any carbs. They're on strict keto. Just eggs every day. And they get shredded. It's like they're running gear. And these are natural guys. And they're shredded. So don't be afraid of eggs. Do not be afraid of eggs. One thing you do have to be concern yourself with is if you're eating a lot of eggs, whoever sleeps in the same bed as you, they're probably gonna want to assassinate you because you might stink the bed up. That's a whole nother story. So be careful of that. Now I'm going to pull these puppies off. Put them right in here to cool. Granted, this is not cooking for, a restaurant. If somebody walked into a restaurant and they chicken this bland, they throw it at you. This is for cooking for performance, athletic performance. To be able to live in an Airbnb and still have abs, to live in an Airbnb and still be athletic, to live in an Airbnb and be able to rock out like an athlete. This will increase your performance. What my goal is to be able to manipulate food in such a way that it acts as a drug enhancing enhancement, performance enhancing food. I want to eat this as though it's performance enhancing food. As you see in the Olympics, he was banned for performance enhancing drugs. I want to do this for performance enhancing food. And there is a way of doing this. You just have to know how to manipulate the micronutrients and the macronutrients and get them into your body at the right times and enough times per day with not too much a window. And we can bang this out. We'll be 90 years old with abs. We'll be 90 years old throwing kicks. We'll be 90 years old doing lat pulls.